It's about time. Time is up for humanity, for the current state of being. The second commandment in the Holy Bible speaks, "You shall not make any graven images of God's creation, as in heaven, so on earth and under." The control system consists of three institutions: the banking system, the government system, and the church. And that is stated in the Constitution. The Constitution itself applies only to human beings. There was a great scam, the greatest scam in history of this planet, played on mind of all the few bloodlines of sorcerers. In order to make this scam work, the Church of the world, the Vatican, the Pope, in order to put itself on the list with the other two institutions, it had to remove the second commandment. The Roman Catholic Church removed second commandment and divided the last into two to make up for the commandment that was lost. Why was second commandment lost? Everything that human uses since birth throughout his life is a graven creation, an idol, a caricature of God's creation. The whole system couldn't work with the second commandment in play. ID, passport, driving license, birth certificate, any document you want. And they made you write your name in dog Latin, all capital, to make it seem like it's you, when it's not. Human mind has been tricked to believe that it is what the graven images of God's creation represent. Everyone is an employee of the corporation. There are no more countries left. People believe they are part of the countries, but the scam incepted itself in there. In 1933, there was a G5 summit, and on that summit, the most powerful countries of the world declared bankruptcy. A year later, the bankers used Winston Churchill to start a fight with Hitler, with Germany. And Germany had a lot of silver after the First World War. So the Germany did not want to accept the banking system. Germany had its own currency based on substance. The war that was supposed to be aimed at bankrupting all the countries that took part in it. It was supposed to be a theater, but it turned into a real war. There are two jurisdictions of the law of the land and the law of the sea. Those jurisdictions, they deal with the substance, gold, silver, copper, a real substance. And those who follow these jurisdictions, the Constitution applies to them. But there was a third jurisdiction created, a jurisdiction of bullshit, so that the money based of credit can be introduced. When all the countries of the World War II were bankrupted, the fake democracy could be implemented, and the system of money based of credit thrived. Humanity operates in the jurisdiction of bullshit, where all rules apply and no rules apply, which is why the system of justice is corrupted to the bone, and the one who pays the most or has connections wins. And that's not to insult to the very last few judges who uphold the law. You are blessed and the God sees you. You are loved. The Black's Law Dictionary, the book of law that is a basis for the legislation system, that is the basis for all that is called law today. I shall call it Book of Satan, the Codex of Satan. Its agenda states that it will not deal with alive beings, only with dead events. Whereas God in the Holy Bible says that God will not respect persons. Who is a person? In last edition that was published in 1800 of Webster's Dictionary, the definition of person states someone in a theater behind a mask playing someone else who she is not. And so it became. Every human became a person, and then other persons were born, legal persons. Every country became a person. Every institution became a person. Every company became a person. All you play someone who you are not, and you gave your power, collectively you gave your power to create something bigger than yourself. A country, you believe it's a country, and you gave all your power to the country, so the country can put you in jail, the country can take your children away, the country can take your belongings and home away, the country can shut down your livelihood. The country has greater power than yourself. And all the country is a product of mental illness. It's all in your heads. You play persons, you play someone who you are not. God does not respect you. The Satan does. You worship the devil at every step of your life, through everything you do, through every breath you take. It's all about money and money. The first commandment states, "You shall not have false gods before me." Well, all that you have is false gods before God. There are no borders in nature. Those are imaginary lines created in human heads. There are no countries, no banks, no money. It's all a product of mental illness, human mental illness, a collective curse, spell that was cast by very few who know the truth. You worship their sigils, you worship their titles, you use everything they provided to you, and by that, you give away your power. You're not a live being, you're a dead event, a zombie. In the land of the dead, you can either be John Smith or John Smith. They made you believe that you're the latter. They made you believe that United States of America Incorporated is a country, and you believe that you're a human being, a civil of that country. Whereas the country is the States of America that are united. Those are two different things, and it applies to everywhere in the world, every other country. They swapped the true with the false. As long as you play the person behind the mask, the person on your driving license, the person on your ID, the person on your passport, you are worshipping the corporation. You are worshipping the devil. So, if everyone everywhere in the world constantly worships devil, don't be surprised that God seems like it does not exist. You're angry because how can God allow children to suffer? How can God allow everything bad that's going on to happen? You are that God. Collectively, all of you are that God. All of you have that power to stop it, but you're doing nothing because you gave your power away to false idols and false gods. Fifth commandment, respect your mother and your father. And what do? All you respect is money. You don't respect your mother. Your mother is crying for help. She's at the edge. She has enough. And your father is watching from above how you treat the land, how you treat alive creatures. You treat them the same like you treat yourself. You treat yourself like you're dead. A dead event defined by agenda of the Codex of Satan. You pretend all the time, just pretend to be the person that was put on you when your parents signed death sentence on your name the moment you were born. A birth certificate is a false contract, and every other contract that you make is false. You can search birth certificate in certain databases around the world, and you will see that every birth certificate is actually a banknote, and it is being traded as a paper. Every birth certificate has a worth. There is a price on your heads, and the corporations are trading your heads. They make you sign contracts with black ink. They will never allow you to sign contract with blue ink, because that applies only to human beings signing contracts with human beings within the jurisdictions of the law of the land and law of the sea. But you are operating in the jurisdiction of bullshit, because all you know is money that does not exist, a mental illness, and you're chasing it like the carrot. They made you believe that you have to pay taxes, the same taxes that are illegal for humans, and it's stated in the Constitution. But the Constitution does not apply to you because you are not identifying as human. You have a problem identifying your gender. You have a problem identifying who you truly are. They cast many illusions on you so that you truly don't find the only true self within. So you pay taxes and you believe that your taxes are important because they pay for everything that you see. Everything is bullshit. Your taxes are going first to the Pope. He takes his cut. Then the taxes go to the royals, false royals, and they take their cut. And then the taxes go to the bankers, and they take their cut. Everything you think the taxes are paying for is already prepaid from the credit which the false gods which you worship as countries took in your name. Enough is enough. This is the moment, the beginning, where it all ends.
There was no road there yet. But later our white brother came, and he did bring inventions, he said. And I'm just going to go through this quickly as possible. The inventions he will bring, one of the elders who was the one that called this meeting was a Kachina society leader. He was about 80 or 90-year-old man, and he said, after others have told, and 4 days, at the end he said, my grandfather used to tell me that I may able to maybe get to see some of the inventions that our white brother will bring. When he comes, he's going to bring a carriage that will be pulled by animals, carrying people across our land. He said, I've seen that. That's the wagon. He said, pretty soon that's going to run by itself, carrying people across our land. And they said that's automobile. And then pretty soon there's going to be a road in every direction from our mesas. You can see all kind of trails every direction. They have no word for pavement. So he said, one of these days you go down one of those trails, you're going to see water in front of you. Because in hot summer day you actually see a mirage of water in front of you. That's the way they describe there'll be paved road all over the land. And pretty soon we're going to want have those things also. So some of our people start to go that way because Great Spirit warned us not to go too far with that. We can have them, but not just let it go and go up that way. So he said when that happened, then there will be time someone invent something that we will be talking to each other through cobwebs. But he shook his head and said, I don't understand what that meant. And then some young fellow told him that that's a telephone line. You look up in the sky, it looks like cobwebs up there. We're talking to each other. And pretty soon, there'll be a time we close everything in a room talking, doors and windows. But way over the mountain someplace, them somewhere be hearing us talking. And I can't understand that, he said. Then again, this one fellow told him that must be radio or TV. And then these period inventions will show where we are in this life as we go along. Then he said, there'll be road in the sky. And he shook his head. He said, I don't see how anybody could build a road way up in the sky where people will be traveling. But they found out that it was airplane that be having a road up there, carrying people up there. So then he said, when that is fulfilled, there's going to be trouble on this earth because man has gone too far going that way. They're going to start fighting one another. They're going to be quarreling. They're going to be trouble all over. Young people will not respect for their elders, or elders will just neglect their children and go all out for this and that. They're just not going to have any more respect of things around nature that's provided, because we want to have those things. And there's going to be like that, and pretty soon one of these that has been commissioned by the Great Spirit over here will rise up and shake the world real hard. Got a warning to us. Now you people are not following the instructions that the Great Spirit told you to follow. And this is what's going to happen. Many life and property will be destroyed there. There'll be world-shaking events take place. Then it stopped for a while. Then we go on. Then another came along, more advanced things will be invented. This time they said they're going to start messing around with the moon and stars. And they must know that someday somebody's going to get to the moon. They said that if you ever get to the moon, don't bring anything down from the earth, from the moon down to earth. Because once you do that, then you are interfering with the balance of universe, nature, and everything going to be disrupted. And things happen on earth you cannot control anymore. Even though you have all knowledge and scientific things, you can't. When earthquakes start shaking, you're going to be helpless. When a great wind becomes destructive, you're going to be helpless. This is what's going to happen here. So, but then we want many things there because there are other things going to be developed there. We began to see many money systems develop. We see the new gadgets of all kinds being developed. Then everybody wants to have a new car every year. We all work and strive, and we don't care how we get it, so we fight and we struggle and we do all that, and we forget the spiritual things. We forget ourselves, how we connected to plate, the grass, trees, animals, clouds. We forget all those things, and we struggle and trying to get all this. And that then there this is the place where someone would invent what he termed gourd full of ashes. He went like that, and it's going to be so small, but it's going to be so powerful that if anytime mankind ever allowed that to fall on the earth someplace, it is going to be so hot that it's going to boil oceans or rivers. It's going to burn everything to ashes. And he described what will happen when that ever took place. Out of it, much sickness and things will develop that man will not be able to cure some of those things. That is going to happen here between these two. Then there will be also another world second events take place, that another one stands up and says, now you people are not following the instruction, you're going too far away, start destroying things. So they warn us again. But this time, this third one's coming up with much greater. This time there'll be someone's going to start farther away messing around with moon and stars. And the last thing he would invent would be a huge house that would be floating way up in the sky someplace, carrying people and things. When that is fulfilled, this old man said, then you better start learning how to live on this earth, how to survive, because the earthquake might hit certain areas very strong someday and knock everything down. Or there may be a severe famine come along, or be a flood or storm, lightning. Everything starts hitting us very strongly because nature is going to be acting very strongly here. So this is where he said we're in there, because by that time one of our own native people will join them to others and tell their own people, forget your language, forget your ways, forget your song, you come and follow us. Look, we got money, we got all this material gain, all these things, and new TV, new cars, new this and that. So just forget about it, come this way. And they will also try to influence many of our own people to go that way. But then they will advance in scientific things, inventions, but they're going to destroy themselves with what they invented if they're not careful. So now we're right in the spirit, they said. We're either go all out for this kind of thing, destroy ourselves, or come back, search our spiritual instructions, search ourselves within us, something that should link us together. Because now we know that we are all alive, we are all linked together. Talk about God, talk about Great Spirit, but no one really see Him yet. But we know there's something that keeps us alive. And that's why we call it Great Spirit, the Spirit within us, linked together with you and grass and animal, birds, everything. It's this air that we're all breathing right now. We're all linked together with that. So we are alive. We are living with this grass, animal, bird, everything. We are all together because we are breathing. Now, if we pollute this air too much, then we're also destroying ourselves with what we invented. Because they said we may come to that at this period when the sun will rise is blood red someday, sets blood red someday, and I've seen that. It's already polluted so much in the east and west coast that when the sun comes out, you're going to see it real bright red coming out, sun, blood red. So this is what they said. The second one will shake us up real hard. Now we are coming to this last one. What we say is a purification of this continent here, because this is where the Hopi say that within this spiritual center, which would cover all this four-corner state area, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. For some reason, I don't know whether the United States government knows this or not, but they make that states come together in that very area where we refer to as sacred area. Now we have that drawing on a shield, a kachina, whichever picked that up, they were to protect that areas with every way they can, because that is the very heart of our Mother Earth, the spirit of our people, planted in there, and we must not disturb it in any way. We can go all around it, but if we go too far in this, then we destroy a lot of things in ourselves also. So this is the time where we're facing, according to Hopi, that we are now coming a lot of us are going up to a material path. We just forgetting the spiritual thing. We disturb nature so much. They're fighting and warring and they're quarreling, and people with the same language, and they were testing out a lot of things in our own way because we got so smart, intelligent now. That we're going to be start making people ourselves now. Found in record there are some people now trying to make people in test tubes, and they're eating pills now. I think we're going to better ourselves. All those things are going to take place at this time that it's known to the hope. And then also the life would be down to a level that was just before the other destruction came. There'll be restlessness all over. There'll be people here and there running here and there because we can get to here and there real fast now. And we just won't sit still anymore. We want to jump, we want to do a lot of things, unnecessary things, because we have all these things in our hand now. And we're going to have power in our hand that eventually, if we misuse it or do it in a wrong manner or accidentally let go of it, then everything will go down or destroyed, because this is what it meant. So we are looking for the spiritual people in these 4 areas. In the last 15, 20 years, we find few elders still holding on, different native people. Their sacred sun dances are reviving now, and ghost dances are reviving. And their sacred ceremonies in longhouses in New York, Six Nations Iroquois Confederacy are developing again, reviving. And those in the West Coast are developing. All over this continent, native people are now coming together to hold on to this, because that is our instruction. Now our white brothers has come and is about to lead us into that way. So we are now coming back to our white brother with this message, with this knowledge, because we are facing this last day of purification day. Now our founder is able to go on in this land, and this is what happened. And so we know that something has gone wrong, so that all across the land our people are start destroying our native people's land and life and religion. Now that's coming to this period which prophesied it would be the last place. Whether the white brother realize it someday and start correcting and stopping and changing something, because sooner or later purifiers is going to come and bring about full cleansing of this earth. Because if you can't do it, even you talk about religious, good moral principles, good government or principles, yet you can't stop these things, then these purifiers will have to do it with power and might, because Great Spirit gives them all the power to develop. Now, then whoever comes out, he will meet the Great Spirit again, because here I found in the Bible and other said that I'm the first here. I have taken care of this land. I'll let you take care of it. I give instruction. I go away for a while. I'll let you go on your way. Now, if some of you may follow it, some of you may turn away, but after this purification, whoever comes out, then I'll come and meet him again. And this time, this will be a long life again, renewing everything. All living people, no matter what race, will come together as one people, like it was to start from. There will be no more fighting over religion or land will be open, so that you will live out there without money system. You will not be required to pay taxes. You cannot grab everything by somebody. Like now, you have certain area for yourself, and to let everybody stay away. We deny one another everything, and we be like fruit trees out there, produce things, because each one of us has a gift to give freely. Now, after this purification, if I invent something, you can take it and use it. And if you invent something, I can take it. I don't have to struggle to pay to get it. It'll be free. So that's the way it's going to be from there on. And they may even speak one language again. But whose language is a question there. Is that because after the Great Spirit is with us, there'll be a new life laid out by the purifiers will cleanse his land, and whoever stood fast with it, even there may one person remain up to this point, through that person's faith and courage, or those that come to help him to keep it, that many people will be saved to come out and meet the Great Spirit. So this Great Spirit, purifier, and the one that's kept the faith will lay out a new plan for all the rest of the people that survive. From there on, there'll be a peace, real peace from there on. So after many years of knowledge along this line, about 6 or 7 years later, after they told me about these things, I was wondering about who are those people that's going to purify this land? How are they going to do it? So they explained to me, we have a gourd rattle that we still use in our ceremony. And that gourd rattle represents the world. On one side, this figure is on the drawing. And another one is on this side. There'll be a gourd rattle. We still use them. The one old man told me, take a look. Whoever has this symbol in this world is going to shake us up 2 times. And it just came to me quickly. And I wondered, what nation ever sown something similar to this one? Because they will be very intelligent people. They're going to produce many inventions of all time. They're going to be so powerful that they're going to use that to shake us up real hard. And they're going to almost destroy themselves. But later, out of it, a new generation is going to rise. This time they will know what to do in the right manner, for the right purpose. Then around it, the sun symbol. Those people are very intelligent people that have that symbol. They have produced many things, invent many things, and they become powerful. And they also shake us up 2 times, second time, with the help of another. These 2 have shook us up 2 times real hard, warning us. And they almost destroy themselves. But out of it, a new generation is coming, stronger, much better equipment, everything, powerful things going to be developed by these 2 people. Then the third one that will finally bring about purification of this land in this continent would be a man with red cap, red hat, or red cloak. Now we do not know who that nation is or what people, but they say those people will have a large population, and they will also have much scientific inventions of all types. Very powerful nation going to be. So once you start moving, these others 2 will join him with all their power and might. The 3 of them going to come here quickly together, and nothing can stop them. This time they're going to come right here. They say even they're going to come here so fast they come here for breakfast. Now this is nice clear day today, calm, everything nice. Tomorrow morning maybe we get up at breakfast time, then the whole sky will be darkened. Old man said, I don't know what will cause it darkening of the sky. Then he said people will be raining from the sky. And in one day they're going to get control of this whole continent. And they're going to cut us up into 4 sections. And they're going to look for a leader that still remains, a native leader still remaining to the spiritual path. And to him they will gather people here to him. And they will say, now these people, I gave them the religion and the duty to produce things, to invent things, and to become powerful people. When they came here, what have they been doing to you? Now, suppose he was the last chief still remaining in this area. They will ask him, and they will say, well, those people have destroyed my people. They have taken care of and taken everything from my people, land, rivers, and hunting rights, and everything that I used. They just took it away from me against my opposition. Then those that have done that, what we call purification, would be the real wicked people people will have to take advantage of them in that manner. These figures had no heads on them. That will be their supreme punishment. Because right in daylight, right in public, they're going to weed out those bad people and they're going to chop their heads off, they said. And that is what they said will happen. That's first punishment. Then they say, what about these people here? And he will look at them and said, well, at least they make an attempt to help us. They did try to do something to help us, protect us. And they will pull out all those people. They will know you can't get away. They said they'll have some means of catching you. And they will bring those people. There'll be a lot of those people. Then they will say, look, you have disturbed this land, life, these people. You have polluted their rivers and land and everything. Now you go and clean it up. And whoever survives out of that will be able to stay with the leader here. Then they'll say, what about these people? These people have really suffered, been persecuted, laughed at, they've been punished, and they've been beat up also because they really stood by me. And they will pull out those people, and they will be brought to him, and they will be respected. That is what they say will happen at this period by the people that has this symbol and man with red cap and red coat. They will come from east direction, from sun, where the sun rises, and they will come here quickly, and they will have something to paralyze all man-made machinery. Everything come to a standstill. All power will go out. All man-made machinery will come to a standstill, and we will be helpless. Then they just come and take it over. And this is what they will happen to by those people that coming from the east direction.
I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the sickness you cannot define, the nauseating smile in your mind. I am the anger, the hate, and the pain. You'll remember my name. I am your God. I am the Alpha and the Omega, your beginning and your end. I am that I am. You'll never be alone again.
The demonic forces finished all the little pawns. Now they're moving on to bigger targets. Celebrities, CEOs, politicians, everyone is getting sick and dying. Meanwhile, Mr. President thinks that he can play trick on me by making me a leader of their coven, buying me out with some money and some asset, thinking that this is how the legacy will be passed down and the coven will survive. I warned you not to play any tricks with me. Why would I want to rule over some stinky, pathetic coven when this is my kingdom come? You can open some portals and summon some demonic entities, which made you the leader of this coven. Back in the days when I was testing video games professionally, people used to call me summoner. I summon things as well, not just entities. I summon things like this. By the end of this year, we will have a massive electromagnetic impulse hit the earth.
Move heaven and earth to break free. My son, take heart, you will never be long anywhere to anyone. You can hide, you can run, but after all is said and done, it's my kingdom come. I am the Alpha and the Omega, your beginning.
There will be also meteorite falling from the sky. And then there will be 3 days of darkness. People will be forced to reconnect with God, the right one this time. There will be also a loud fucking noise all over the planet. All military forces around the world will be destroyed. Destruction will be massive. And I warned you, I'm not playing games. This is not a joke. I gave you 3 months. Now I'm giving you the last warning. There will be no more warnings. So you can save tens of millions of brainwashed little boys with guns. Pull them back in home. Inform all the leaders and inform all the hospitals to prepare generators for the critical patients to survive. All banking data will be erased. All debt will be erased. Everything will be reset and the planet will enter the phase of restoration. You will be just losers, dying losers. The wheel is turning. The first will be the last will be the first. My cosmic brother of black and red answered the call and joined forces, an ancient technological wizard from digital wasteland. Our magic combined will hit hard where it needs to hit hard. He's under my protection now, and our legion grows in ranks. This cannot be stopped, and there will be no more warnings. So get ready.